everybody, this is Coach Christy from CrossFit Mokina bringing you our workout for Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. It's called This Requires Some Skill. Before we get started, just a reminder that you need to register for our weekly challenge. The weekly challenge this week is death by kettlebell swings. Every minute, you're going to start with 3 burpees, and then you need to perform a certain number of kettlebell swings in a particular minute. At minute 0, you're going to do 3 burpees and 10 kettlebell swings. At minute 1, it is 3 burpees and 11 kettlebell swings. At minute 2, it is 3 burpees and 12 kettlebell swings. Your goal is to make it all the way through minute 10. So death by kettlebell swings this week for the weekly challenge. So we're going to go ahead and go over our movements. We have 4 parts to today's workout. We have a warm-up, we have a core component, we have a strength portion, and of course the regular workout. Our warm-up today is going to be 2 rounds of work. We're going to do 30 seconds of movement followed by a 15-second break. We'll do 30 seconds of jumping jacks, a short break, 30 seconds of sit-ups followed by a 15-second break, 30 seconds of air squats followed by a break, and then a shoulder stretch that we call the Michael Phelps. We're going to go through that list twice. Then there are multiple movements today that require a kettlebell or dumbbell. We will do 8 of each of the weighted moves. The core today is 3 rounds total. We are going to do 8 sit-up hip ups, 20 total back scratchers, and 20 total flutter kicks, completing that list 3 times. The strength is a total of 10 minutes, every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. On the even 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, we're going to do 15 decline hex floor press. However, if you have a lighter weight, feel free to increase this number. I basically want you doing decline hex floor presses for about 30 to 40 seconds. On the odd minutes, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, we're going to do 10 goblet thrusters. The workout today, where does the skill come in? It's in that first movement. The workout is going to be 3 rounds for time. We're going to do 20 single arm kettlebell dumbbell reverse lunges. This will be 10 on each side. Take your time with these. We will then do 12 sumo deadlifts with our kettlebell or dumbbell, 22 air squats, come down to the floor for 10 supermans, and then 14 kettlebell or dumbbell calf raises. As I mentioned, there is a weekly challenge. You do need to register for that and put your score in TRIIB. And another reminder, we do have a pretty epic shirt that is out right now. It is our Stronger Together shirt. There are only 2 days left to order that. The store closes Friday at midnight. So make sure you look for that link online so you can get your shirt ordered. So as I mentioned, for our warm-up, it is 2 rounds. You're going to do 30 seconds of work followed by a 15-second break. The first movement we have is jumping jacks. If you are unable to jump, if you have any knee or ankle issues, you can absolutely just tap side to side, but we want to work for 30 seconds, then take a 15-second break. After that, we're going to do some sit-ups. So I'm going to come down to the floor. For those sit-ups, knees pointing towards the ceiling, I have the assistance of my quads. Butterfly is going to be a little bit more advanced. For that full range of motion, we want to touch the floor behind us and in front of us, making sure that our shoulder blades touch the floor, and at the top, our shoulders pass our hips. Then you'll give yourself a 15-second break, and we're going to go into air squats. Feet are going to be underneath my shoulders. I'm going to push back to get my weight in my heels, fight to get down below parallel, and make sure those knees stay out as I ascend to full hip extension at the top. So below parallel, full hip extension. The Michael Phelps is a shoulder stretch. Kind of think about what he does before he jumps in the pool. You do not need to do this leaning over though. We're basically hugging ourselves and then clapping behind us. You're gonna go through that twice. And then, thinking caps on, we're gonna do 8 of every weighted movement. So the core doesn't have any weighted movement, but the strength does. So I'm gonna jump ahead to the strength. What is this decline hex floor press? I'm going to lay down on the floor. The reason it is considered decline is I'm going to lift my hips so my body is now in a decline position. I'm going to wrap my hands around the kettlebell or dumbbell, and we're going to do floor press, tracking the elbows back along the ribs and pressing straight up to full extension. So hips are high, squeezing those glutes, and our kettlebell or dumbbell, we are doing floor press. From there, we have goblet thrusters. Goblet simply means I'm holding the kettlebell or dumbbell in the front rack position. A thruster is a full squat to a press overhead. So kettlebell or dumbbell, full squat, press overhead. Full squat, press overhead. From another angle, I'm going to do that air squat with the kettlebell at the front rack position and press, getting my biceps by my ears overhead. Jumping into the weighted movements in the workout. The first one requires a lot of skill. It's a single arm kettlebell or dumbbell swing combined with a reverse lunge. What I want you to think about, whatever hand the kettlebell or dumbbell is in, that is the same leg that is going to lunge. So if my kettlebell or dumbbell is in my right hand, I'm going to reverse lunge with my right leg. So I'm going to do a swing and lunge. So notice the kettlebell is straight up overhead and I lunge down to the floor. So swing and lunge, and swing and lunge. From another angle, I'm going to swing and lunge, swing and lunge. So you want to try 8 of those on each side so you can get comfortable with it. There's 2 other weighted movements. We have sumo deadlifts. Sumo simply means my feet are wider than my regular air squat. So feet are going to be wider. Kettlebell or dumbbell, I'm simply going to deadlift, which means standing up to full hip extension. From another angle, we want to make sure our back is flat and my weight is in my heels as I do those deadlifts. The final weighted move is simply weighted calf raises. You can hold the kettlebell or dumbbell however you wish, but I simply want to do calf raises. You can hold it in front of you. You can hold your kettlebell or dumbbell in the front rack position. Does not matter, but we want to hold weight while we do those calf raises. So for the warm up, I'm going to review. It is 8 decline hex floor press on the floor, 8 of the goblet thrusters, 8 of the single arm kettlebell swing lunges. We're going to do 8 of our sumo deadlifts and then 8 of the calf raises. Quite a doozy for the warm up today. Our core then, we have 8 sit-up hip-ups. This might be a little new for some of us. What I want you to think, it's a different position with our hands. Rather than reaching for my shoes, I'm going to put my hands by my hips so that I can raise them. So sit up, hip up. I'm going to do a sit up and then hip up. So touch the floor, lift my hips. Touch the floor, lift my hips. So this is called a sit up, hip up. For our core, we're going to start with 8 of those. Then we have 20 back scratchers. We're going to be in an old school crunch. Hands are going to be by our sides. Your goal is to rotate side to side and reach for your shoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Call the back scratcher for good reason. Then for those flutter kicks. No, sweetie pie. My hands are going to go underneath my glutes. Really little kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way up to 20. So we're going to do 3 rounds of the core, 8 sit-up hip-ups, 20 back scratchers, and 20 flutter kicks. After that, we're going into our strength. Every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. On the evens, we're going to do 15 of those decline hex floor press. So again, hips are up, and we're going to do 15 presses. However, as I mentioned in the beginning, we do all have different weights. Some have heavier, some have lighter. I want you more to shoot for doing that movement for 30 to 40 seconds. That may mean a few more than 15 for some of us. On the odd minutes, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, we're doing 10 of those goblet thrusters. Full squat, press overhead. Full squat, press overhead. After all that, we still have our workout. Your workout is called This Requires Some Skill, 3 rounds for time. We're opening with that single arm swing into the reverse lunge. For the workout, it's 20, so it's gonna be 10 on each side. So 10 on the right and 10 on the left. Then we're gonna do 12 of the sumo deadlifts. So feet are wider than our air squat, and we're simply keeping our back flat, weight in our heels. From there, 22 air squats. So we're gonna come back to our air squat stance, pushing back to get our weight in our heels, fighting to get down below parallel. 22 air squats. Then we have 10 Supermans. We're gonna come down to the floor for this, and we want to lift our upper body and lower body at the same time, squeezing our glutes in the process. So I'm going to lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. When I'm up, we wanna make sure we squeeze our glutes and lift those hamstrings up off the floor. Finally, 14 of those kettlebell or dumbbell calf raises. Holding your kettlebell or dumbbell wherever you prefer and working on our calves. So finally, guys, don't forget there is a weekly challenge in TRIIB. It is Death by Kettlebell Swings, and there are only 2 days left to order CrossFit Mokina's Stronger Together shirt. Good luck, everybody.